So we have had several light frosts and it's time to cut the dahlias down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got a clean pair of shears and I'm going to come in here. I can tell you having clover around your dahlias is a terrible idea and I don't recommend it. But I want to come up here and I'm going to come about at least 4 to 6 inches. This is a pretty big stalk. This one did not get pinched this season, so I'm going to cut this down. And then, depending on your weather, you could leave it like this for a couple weeks, let it harden off, or because we've had so much rain here in the Pacific Northwest, I'm going to go ahead and start digging these today. So, most people like to clean their shears in between each plant, or you might choose to clean between varieties. I use a 10% bleach solution to prevent the spread of disease. Got some clear space, and I'll show you next how to pull this out of the ground. So for my dahlias, I like to dig using this 4-prong pitchfork. I think this is just called a digging fork. Some people might call it a potato fork. But what I want to do is I want to go about 12 inches back from the dahlia, because once you've planted your tuber, it's going to grow a cluster or a clump of tubers. So you don't want to accidentally pierce them. So I'm going to push down. My soil is super wet. This might take a few times of rocking it around. And so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to rock this back and forth till I can lift it up. We have a lot of rocks underground. And one of my challenges this year is this clover is making it so I can't just lift the dirt off the ground. So I have to pull the clover back to get the clump out, which is adding a lot of time to the digging. So I'm going to come in here and then I'm going to use my hands to feel so that I don't pierce any of the tubers. And this is a Bloomquist York. It historically has pretty big tubers. So we're going to gently rock this out of here. A lot of times the root hairs can get pretty long. So I'm going to pull that out. And I'm going to gently shake the dirt off. You can see this clump has some really big tubers. And this is Bloomquist York, which is pretty typical for this variety. So when you dig them up, you can shake out. If it's a hollow stem, there might be some water. So you can shake the water out. And then the next step would be to wash this off to get it ready for winter storage. So I have made a little makeshift washing station at our farm since we don't have a lot of infrastructure here. And I am washing a variety called Ferncliff Rusty. So these are all the same variety. So I can keep track of them. I'm going to wash them off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide these later once they've dried off a little bit. But I just wanted to show you how I wash the dahlias. So I use this nozzle right here. You have to be really careful. You don't want too much pressure or it's going to strip the outer layer of skin. So I turn it on. And I really like using the Gorilla Cart because it has the hole, the mesh that lets it just drop right through with the dirt. And once I have it rinsed off, I like to cut the stalk down. And that way it is a hollow stem. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this upside down in the crate with the Ferncliff Rusty. And that way they can dry out. So there's still a little bit of dirt, so I'll just give it a wash off once more. That's how I wash the dahlias.